And good morning, and welcome to a very chilly Wednesday morning, the day before Thanksgiving, as we all gather together. I hope it's a good one for you. We're starting downtown Meridian in we'll get an NAS in a minute, but out at Keyfield, we're sitting at 33 degrees this morning. Maybe it's a little cooler where you are, most likely. For the north you go from the Meridian area, the cooler it gets. NAS Meridian starting out at 31 this morning if you're in that neighborhood. So, nippy. Also, there is frost on the windshields this morning. If you've got to go somewhere, you're going to want to get that off before you head off into the wild blue yonder so you can see where you're going. So keep that in mind as you build your day. As a special election happened yesterday for District 32, Hickman wins at least 58% in the vote yesterday. So congratulations to them, the District Senate. I've got it all posted there on our page how Lauderdale County voted. If you'd like to see the breakdown of each precinct and how it turned out, that's on the page there. Our special guest this morning at 8 o'clock will be Julie Bowles. She's going to tell us about a prayer that is coming up in the city of Meridian, and, well, they'd like to invite you to be a part of it. That's coming up this morning beginning at 8, so come back and join us for that. As we look at things across the state this morning, we've got, a Mississippi company in the Louisville area has won a military contract, which is good. That'll bring jobs to the area. As we still look at and we'll go deeper into this morning, the Christmas parade massacre. We'll call it that. 6 people died. And we put that on there last night about the judge in this has given him a bond, $5 million. You think that's right? I don't think most Americans do. Someone that purposely kills like that, then given a chance to go free. And then we sit around and we ask ourselves, what's wrong with society? Well, it all starts there with who wears the robe. I think that kind of point blank says it. So we'll get deeper into that this morning. So join us beginning at 8 as we'll dive off into that. Again, I hope you've made your travels. Maybe you're leaving this morning to go out of town to see your friends and family. Maybe you're watching from off. We're glad you're here and joining us. We'll be back tomorrow morning as well for Thanksgiving. A little show for that as well. All right, let's turn to the weather this morning. Let's take a look at radar and see what we've got going on here. As we pull this up this morning, it's going to show us that, well, we're chilly, without a doubt. As we look over at Shreveport this morning, late wind advisory in effect in the Louisiana area there to Tyler, Texas. As we come closer back to Mississippi and Alabama, all through Tuscaloosa, here from just east of Tupelo down through Georgia to portions of Florida and up to the Carolinas this morning, we've got a lot of things going on. Freeze warning there as we look at that. Now, as we dig into the temperatures closer to home, 36 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. As we said, out at Meridian Airport at Keyfield, 33 this morning. At NAS Meridian, we're showing 31. Columbus Air Force Base is showing a cool 30 this morning. Tupelo 34s. We'll go across the state. A lot of 34s. Over in Vicksburg, we're showing 38 this morning. Now, as we go here, I'm seeing Tommy said 29 on his truck this morning. So that's chilly. If you've got a temperature showing from your house, we'd love to see that also there. So burr is all I can say. Get you a coat. That will change a little bit later as we'll get into the 60s and give you the breakdown of the forecast. As we go to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, not too bad. I guess it's chilly coming off that water for 49 degrees there at Gulfport this morning as we look at that in the Gulfport, Biloxi area today. Baton Rouge at 40 degrees. So that's a general idea of what it's looking like here in the Deep South as we back out and take a look at nationwide. Some fog areas, rain out by Albuquerque, New Mexico. Some showers moving through there. The East Coast doesn't look too bad. As we go up in the Milwaukee, those areas there this morning, 40 degrees. You get way over here in the Dakotas, 26 degrees. And all I can say is I'm glad I'm not there. 20 degrees sitting right there. Wow. Yeah. Don't want to be up there. No matter Montana. Montana is a chilly place. But that's a quick look at things across the area of what we've got. All right, let's turn and get deeper into the forecast this morning of what's going to happen here locally so you can plan your day and be ready for whatever that might be.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs, our record lows, 1973, we had a record high of 84 on this date. As we go back to 1970, that would be 53 years ago. 20 degrees on that date. That was a cold one there. As we look at what happens today, 64, 65 is what we're looking at. My system says 64. We'll go up through Philadelphia. 64 on into the Columbus. Now, as you get closer to Stark Vegas, you'll get 63 for a high, and out to our west there to Vicksburg, there at the line, it'll be 71, and down south toward Hattiesburg and toward the coast, about 69 is what we're looking for a warm temperature today. As we cut across that Alabama state line, we'll see that Hamilton has 60. We'll hit 62 right around that Geiger, Alabama area today if you're going to be in there. Livingston as well, right at 63. Demopolis, 64. And on down to the southern portions of the state, about 64 is what we're pulling out for most of Alabama today. But it is sunshine, so it's going to be great. As we come across here, there is absolutely nothing happening with the tropics, which is great news. Glad that is kind of almost over here. We got a few days left on that, 6 days left. Now, as we get into these temperatures of what is coming, right now Mississippi is at a normal temperature. The eastern side of Alabama there showing that it is cooler, and the further east you go, colder weather down in Florida. But out to our west, we see that there's a warming trend coming, and this is over the next 6 to 10 days. As you go through Albuquerque, New Mexico, and portions of California, Nevada, all of that is above average temperatures and making its way through Texas now, which will eventually make its way here. So let's look at our breakdown of what we've got today, weather-wise, and what's coming. As we look at this, today, sunny, 63 to 64 is what we're going to get. 43 is our low tonight, not bad at all. A partly cloudy sky. As we move into Thanksgiving Day, we do have rain in the forecast, and it's gone from a 30% chance now to a 50% chance of rain, but that will move in about 1 o'clock-ish. And as we get into those evening hours, the Egg Bowl, it looks like it's going to be wet. A 40% chance of rain, probably ending by 10 o'clock on Thanksgiving night. So it will be, if you're headed to the game, it'll be wet. Do they still have that rule with games that you can't carry an umbrella in? I don't understand that, but I guess that's just the rule there. I don't know enough about that, but I guess you have to carry a poncho if you're going to the Egg Bowl there if you got tickets. As we look at Friday and move into Black Friday, cooler, 10 degrees cooler there, 53 for a high. We'll get down to freezing on Friday night. As we move into Saturday, highs of 60 and 62 for Sunday. Slight chance of rain on Sunday, and it's ever slight. And as we go back to work on Monday, it looks like it'll be a high of 60. Low of 38 there for the kids as they get ready to go back to school after a week break. Now let's go ahead on into December and look at what we've got there. Beginning on Wednesday, the very first day of December, it looks like we'll get warm weather, 67, 69. Look at that. By the 3rd of December, we'll be at 70 degrees. And we'll pretty much have a 60-degree, 60, 65 for up through the 8th of December. Lows in the mid-40s is what we've got lined out for December so far. So as we look back west of what we just showed you there, this out in the Texas, California area is making its way towards us. So it will be warmer weather for a while. Nothing cold, not yet anyway. They're saving that for us, aren't they? But keep a jacket handy for this morning. You'll need it as we're sitting at 30, 31 in most areas today. All right, what's happening with deer season? Now, there'll be a lot of people that finally make it to the woods this weekend as they'll get a few days off and be able to head off to the deer camp. Let's look at what's good today as we pull up our schedule. Our first major time is going on now through about 7 a.m. 20 minutes on the best time of today. As we go to this second major time, it'll be right at dark 30. Right around 5:15 to 7:15. So a late afternoon hunt may pay off right at dark. As we look at this, the winds today will be south-southeast, 5 to 10 miles an hour if you're going to be hanging from a tree or which, depending on which stand you want to hunt. So that's a brief outlook there of what we've got for deer season for today. As we come across, let's say a few more good mornings here. How are you, Brian McCary? Glad you're in. Nice and cool, as he said. Denny Bryan watching today as well. Joyce Godwin, how are you? Brian Troy, Flora Overstreet, all the way from Hickory, Mississippi. Janice Bounds joins us. As Tommy said, 29. Brian Troy, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have one as well. Stephen Wanda McKinnon up in Sturgeon. Sylvia Stewart. Joyce Gressett, happy Thanksgiving to you too. Glad you joined us today to be a part of that. Milton Savell is there. Terry Ray, happy Thanksgiving. And Bree Packer, good morning to all. It is a wonderful time. And keep this in mind. If you've got someone in your neighborhood who doesn't have family, invite them over for Thanksgiving. If you can help it, don't let anybody be alone on a holiday. Help those around you, and it'll be a better place if you can. I think it'd be well worth it there. Thanks for joining me. As I said, Candace will be here in just a little bit as we'll kick off this Wednesday morning, the midweek, the day before it all happens as turkeys are thawing and getting ready to hit the ovens. Dorothea Harrison, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Again, a little over an hour and 15 minutes or so, hour and 20 minutes, we'll be back with the show to kick off to let you know what's going on in and around our area. We can't do it without you. We'd love for you to be a part of it. We have only one of the very few that I know of where you can interact with us while we're on television as well. So be a part of it. Charlie Williams, good morning. We'll see you soon here at Scotty Ray's Weather with the very latest of what's going on. A big thank you to the sponsors and you for being a part of this.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by